you're in Florida and you're in fucking a county that I would think would just follow the law for you. I don't get it, man. Unless this guy just doesn't like you personally. I don't want to get into that discussion necessarily, but it's something that's weird, especially based upon all the facts that I know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, by nature, I'm a problem solver. So when something doesn't make sense, it's not logical, they're not following the rules that they're telling me I have to follow, then it bothers me inside as well because you can't get your head around why someone would act unfairly towards you. But we can't let that hold us up. I mean, that's the thing is, and maybe more people need to get over that first and just recognize that there's too many variables. You're in a situation that you can't control, and all you can do is react to the situation according to the rules and the law, and keep pushing until something happens one way or the other. But you also have to be willing to stand up for yourself, which is my situation right now. They're not following the law, and I'm standing on my rights, even though I'm under the threat of something that they shouldn't be doing. But
Right.
I'm going to force them to go ahead and violate my rights
Yeah.
without question. And then when they do that, I'm going to use it against them. So, that's kind of where I am. But I'm just I'm like you. It bothers me, but and I'm still bothered by it. But I have to push that aside and just keep pushing forward because otherwise you get overwhelmed with the fact that you're being mistreated, right? You can't let the victim mentality slow you down. You have to get over that. And I let it mess with me for a while. I mean, everybody does, right? Like you just, it's a shock to your conscience that
Oh yeah.
somebody would treat you unfairly, especially when they're in the position to be the ones that should be treating you fairly.
It should be just right down the line, just balls and like I say, balls and strikes. I don't want to get into that in baseball because I know some of these umpires have used to have some weird fucking strike zones. But anyway, um, but it should be pretty clear. And there's a couple guys who probably were not as informed. JC, when you were your issue came about because somebody started your case. She started your on the same judge that started your case eventually left your case, correct? Or is she still there?
No, like I said to you, the other guys don't know. This woman was involved with the mistress to disgraced Senator Sheldon Silver, who wound up dying during the COVID period. He got convicted of that insider trading. She cut a deal, got no jail time, but had to step down from the family court circuit. She's not a judge. She was only a support magistrate.
But
But I don't know
did
what she's
all
doing
her
right
decisions
now.
get vacated? Did they vacate all of her rulings?
I have no clue. I mean, they're not too fancy on giving up information at that county clerks. I mean, it's a very difficult. Richmond County out of Manhattan is one of the worst counties out of the five boroughs. Staten Island.
TJ is over there as well. Yeah, y'all had some things that I experienced something with well, I saw him experience something in his case that was so wild that I'm just like, man, there's you think of New York as a more of a quote unquote liberal bastion, and so people can do things a certain kind of way, but certain things you think they're sticklers to. I have a problem with this. It bugs me as a veteran because the principles that you think you're defending. When you go into a courtroom, that's the one place, if no other place, the courtroom you think we're going to stick to the as close to the letter of law as possible. And how some of these people who are public servants deviate so uh far outside of it, it's bothersome. But I know we're going to get on your situation as well today, 'cause I know you're up there.
Well, at times they actually use that against me. Me being a veteran. I just like with my because around that time I got diagnosed with the bipolar 2 depression. They use that against me as well. I mean, any type of thing that you would think that you would believe it would assist you in your situation, they turn it around and flip it on you. You know, like me being a veteran. Oh, he has a history of violence. How? You know, how do you know that? You know, have you looked at my record, my military record? I mean, how they just say things. Shit just pops out of their mouth, and it's like taken at face value. You know,
Well,
while anything that
interesting.
I say, you know, I have to have duplicate, triplicate of factual, you know, verifiable evidence. It's like it's such a joke.
Well, one thing is for sure, as a veteran, you're in, well, I had to look at how New York's state laws written, but like in Florida, I found out, of course, well, after everything's gone on, that I was entitled to certain um colloquies in every instance. Of course, they didn't give them to me, which is a whole nother issue, but I get it. It should never be that hard for us to get things to happen that are a part of that the law prescribes. But
Of
we
course, my feeling is if you served your country in any way, form, or capacity, I'm not saying you should be given privilege, but at the very least, the benefit of the doubt, you know?
absolutely.